myself added on. There we go. You can see your awesome faces and you can see my awesome face, I guess. I don't really know. Hope you all are doing well tonight. Have a lot to talk about. A lot of things have happened in the past 7 days since we have gone live last time on Travel Tips Tuesday, and very thankful for all of you to join us tonight. If you are joining us live, please make sure to share this on the Facebook, if you will, if you're watching on the official Travel Tips Tuesday Facebook group, on my personal profile, or even on YouTube. If you did not know this, I posted this earlier. I do have a YouTube channel. If you go to my personal profile, you can find the link very easily there. I may drop it in here in just a little bit after we're done, for those of you that may be interested in that. Would love for you to subscribe on YouTube. Once we hit 100 subscribers, basically we can get a custom URL, which is pretty awesome. So it'll be a little bit easier to find for some folks and a little bit more visibility there. So that'll be a lot of fun. So tonight on Travel Tips Tuesday, we're going to get into some Disney news. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot has been going on in the past several days, and a lot of changes that happened, some really awesome things that dropped even today that we're going to get into, and we're going to dream a little bit, because for so long, we've had to kind of pivot and change and move and sort of, acclimate, and sort of our mindset has been not normal, one might say. So we're going to get into that here in just a little bit. I don't want to spoil too much, but that's just kind of a little tidbit for you as we get started. So I hope y'all can hear me all right, and would love for you to say hello if you're hopping on tonight. Would love to hear from you. Please let me know how you're doing, and would love for you to answer a question of the day, which we will be sharing here in just a moment. So let's get started, shall we? Tonight, this is Travel Tips Tuesday, and it is June the 15th, 2021. And our question of the day is, what is one place you want to travel that you have never been? What is one place you want to travel to that you have never visited? So a lot of people, one country came up a lot, and I'm not sure why, but it did. Specifically, nobody said this is the reason why I want to travel here, but Iceland came up over and over and over and over again. The Northern Lights are very popular. It can be a pretty, I would say relatively economical country to travel to for folks in the U.S. So it's an awesome country. It's beautiful. There's wildlife. There's majestic scenery. There's wonderful people. There's a lot of really cool stuff to do and see and experience. So Iceland is definitely a great place. And a lot of people said Japan, Disney, and kind of all over the place. But I would love to hear from you. So where would you like to travel? What is on your travel bucket list that you have not checked off yet? So let's talk about some Disney news for a little bit, shall we? Boo Bash tickets, the Halloween-themed after-hours event held at Magic Kingdom, usually from about 9 p.m. to midnight, roughly. There are a few nights where it's going to go from 9:30 to 12:30, but for the most part, the hours for this event are 9 to 12 p.m. There is some free food involved. There are limited tickets available. Some people are speculating that the amount of tickets being sold is actually going to be less than what is normally available for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So these are not comparable experiences. They are different. These tickets are more than the Halloween Party tickets usually are, and some people would say for good reason, because you are getting some freebies in there that you would not normally get in a Halloween party. And they're still going to have some of the elements that you might see, some of the Halloween characters dressed up. The giant Maleficent dragon float is going to be there. There will be candy stops like you would have in the Halloween party normally. So a lot of really cool things to do, to see, to experience, low ride wait times, of course. So that'll be pretty fun. And if you've never visited the Magic Kingdom at night, it's a different experience. My favorite thing to do at Magic Kingdom at night is to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at night, because you get a really cool view of Cinderella's castle from the attractions. So anyway, highly recommend that. Boo Bash early kind of pre-sales for those that had Disney reservations were going on last week, but this morning they opened up to the general public. Anyone that wanted to buy, wanted to go. There are a couple of days that are already sold out, and that was as of this morning. I haven't checked later on today, but because of that, Disney did about 4 days ago add a few more days to the calendar because of the high demand. So, they're excited, more folks are coming, and, hopefully it'll be a great thing. And I would love to hear from you. If you're planning on going, let me know. Would love to hear about it. Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, one of my favorite resorts on property, is reopening on August the 26th. So Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is reopening August 26th. 26th, 26th. That's not a thing. August 26th, with reservations being accepted beginning tomorrow, June the 16th. So if you want to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge this fall, so basically after, August 26th and onward, so into the holiday season, if you've been looking for a trip, a spot to stay in October, and you're like, I normally like to say at, I don't know, Polynesian or, one of the deluxe resorts that has amazing scenery and service and food, but you couldn't get in there, check out Animal Kingdom Lodge, talk to your travel agent. It would be a great opportunity. I myself was on the phone with a client this afternoon on my way home, and we were kind of talking about their travel dreams. They're looking to go over Christmas, Animal Kingdom Lodge. So, I'm going to be up early, kind of taking care of them, just like I was for some folks going to Boo Bash this morning, and I'm going to be grabbing some dining for some folks tomorrow morning as well. So it'll be good. A lot of good things at Animal Kingdom Lodge. The Savannah View rooms are absolutely amazing. My wife and I honeymooned there and stayed in one. It was beautiful. Lots of great dining, scenery, excellent place, top-notch resort for families all around. And of course, in very close proximity to Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. From Disney Destinations, look to the skies. Now, this is the big ticket item, news item that dropped today. And there kind of been some teases along the way in a few places over the past weeks, but officially we heard from Disney Destinations today to look to the skies. More magic returns next month. A Disney tradition. This is from Disney Destinations. A Disney tradition since 1957. Fireworks shows are what Walt Disney himself, the man, called the perfect kiss goodnight. At the close of a magical day, and this summer, the skies above Disney parks will sparkle with color once more. Beginning in July, just in time for the nation's Independence Day celebrations, are incredibly popular nighttime fireworks spectaculars are returning to Disney parks. Now, they're not returning to every park, okay? So Fantasmic over at Disney's Hollywood Studios is not going to be returning. There's not an announced date for that, but you're going to get some information about the shows that are returning in Walt Disney World as well as Disneyland. And I'm going to pause real quick, kind of in my little read here from Disney Destinations, but there is a very quick, like 15 or maybe 18-second video that they released today. It was on YouTube and on the Disney Parks and Disney Travel Professionals Facebook pages that previewed this, that announced this. It was just a real simple Sleeping Beauty Castle in California, one firework kind of shooting off from either side. You hear the pop, then you hear the pop, and then a shot of Cinderella's castle at Walt Disney World in Florida. You heard the pop, the fireworks, kind of that iconic shot, kind of like you see in the movies, right? So you see in Disney movies, there's a fire that sort of shoots over the castle. That sort of shot, but actual, like, live Cinderella's castle and Sleeping Beauty Castle. Anyway, so you heard that. It was just that powerful booming sound like you're used to if you've seen fireworks there in person. And then the music from Happily Ever After sort of slowly fades in, and you see the back of somebody watching the show. And it was just, man, all the feels. I got a little teary-eyed. I was just super excited. If you haven't watched that, again, super short, go and watch it. It'll sprinkle a little bit of pixie dust your way. If you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, definitely check that out. So, again, kind of continuing on with Disney Destinations word at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. July the 1st marks the start of nightly fireworks performances at Magic Kingdom Park in Epcot. Happily Ever After will transform Cinderella Castle with lights, projection, and pyrotechnics as moments from favorite Disney stories encourage guests to grab hold of their dreams and make them come true. And as part of the ongoing transformation of Epcot Forever will produce a spectacle of fireworks, music, and lighting effects over World Showcase Lagoon, highlighting the themes of innovation, exploration, imagination, and celebration at the core of the park's past, present, and future. I'm going to pause real quickly just to kind of point something out. So a lot of the new main Harmonious floats, which is going to be the new feature show, the new feature nighttime spectacular at Epcot, are there. There's giant Stargate looking things, if you've ever seen Stargate, that are just right there in the middle of the World Showcase Lagoon. You can't miss them. They're in direct line of sight. If you try to look across from one end of the lagoon to the other, they're there. And they've been testing those things. They have been rehearsing Harmonious recently, and there are different guests that have been down there that have filmed that from some of the different resorts, not like directly in the park, because they're typically running these rehearsals, these technical rehearsals, after the park closes. So We know that Harmonious is being run, is being tested, but for now, the show that is going to be offered starting in July is going to be Epcot Forever. There's still no firm kind of launch date for Harmonious at Epcot just yet, but it is coming. It's coming. As Disneyland Park in California welcomes back guests, the fun starts with July the 4th. On July 4th, with Mickey's Mix Magic, presented nightly throughout the summer. Now, this sounds pretty cool. State-of-the-art projections show lighting and lasers that will transform Main Street USA, Sleeping Beauty Castle, and the facade of It's a Small World into a dazzling family fun dance party that goes sky high with fireworks to celebrate the leader of the club, Mickey Mouse. So what a better way to kick it off than a featured show that points to the mouse himself. Sounds so much fun. And if you've never been to Disneyland in California, I've been like 2 or 3 times, I think. One of the things they do differently with some of their shows, instead of just doing the projections on the castle and kind of Main Street and fireworks and all that, the It's a Small World attraction is not kind of like it is in Walt Disney World, where like the clock and all the kind of moving pieces are sort of hidden. Those clocks, those features pieces are outside. It's this giant sort of white wall. It's a perfect canvas for, being decked up for the holidays, which usually it is, and for projecting on. So really excited to kind of see what that's going to look like and how that's going to entertain guests, and very excited to have that come back as an opportunity for folks to see. So the projection technology that they use, the Imagineers use, is an absolutely incredible thing. If you've never seen one of those shows in person, highly recommend it. One of the biggest questions that I get from guests, or I have received over the past many months through the crazy time that we've been in, when are fireworks coming back? I have a trip on the books. Are fireworks going to be back then? So there's your answer, y'all. They were coming back, and I'm super excited. Like I've been on cloud 9 today since I found out. It's been so fun. So kind of transitioning from Disney news to a little bit, moving forward for just a bit here. Today's news from Disney reminds us, and this is sort of focusing on our sort of topic, which is kind of a topic in a way, it's more of a reflection in some ways, but this idea of straight on till morning from Peter Pan. All right. Today's news from Disney reminds us that we have taken a few steps out of the woods. We are starting to step back into the light and move forward. I've had many friends be called back to work, which is true. I've had many cast members be called back to work recently, which has been great. And looking forward to kind of hearing from them and what their experiences being back are like. I know I chatted with one of them briefly over Facebook today. One of them, my friend Jess, who is there, who's been there through kind of since the parks have reopened. Man's been working hard. He went through a move and just kind of super excited to see him get a break here pretty soon, which will be great. Kind of coming home to spend some time with the family, and chatted with another friend who's a cast member there who's been called back to work, and even some others. My friend Rob Lott, who's a Dapper Dan, who's back on Main Street USA singing in Walt Disney World. So many people that are just glad to be able to share their gifts and their talents with others and put smiles on people's faces and be a part of those memories that are being created. So exciting. Since this time last year, I viewed 2021 as kind of a reset year in a way. So all along, I kind of figured that, okay, people aren't going to be getting their jobs at the drop of a hat. Parks open, everybody comes back in. No, it's a gradual sort of rollout. Coming back, seeing where the guest demand is, looking at what supply chains are like, who they have to make it happen. There's a lot of speculation out there, like, why isn't this open and why isn't that open? And, when's this going to happen? And when's that going to happen? There's still some of those questions, even though, the parks are back open. Park hopping is back in a form. The nighttime spectaculars are now coming back. Many of the resort hotels and even some of the restaurants that have been closed are starting to reopen. Thank you, Ohana. Right. So all these things that are starting to happen, but yet there's still something that's kind of happening. Things are not 100% back to normal yet, but we are well on our way there. And this year is kind of like a reset in a way. It's sort of helping to remind us of the possibilities that are out there to travel, to create memories, that those opportunities are still there, that they're still there around the corner. We even saw that last year during the heart of the pandemic when people were doing a lot of those Disney sort of magic at home videos, right? Where people were when the parks were still closed, they were reenacting their favorite kind of attractions and shows. Even some cast members members got in on it. And that was just such a cool thing. Like, I like to go back and watch those things because it reminds you of the heart of the magic and what Disney destinations are all about, and why these cast members are coming back to work. So it's fun to see, and really, like, kind of like right now, it's putting a smile on my face just thinking about it. And those this time this year that we're in, it's kind of a reset year, right? We're beginning to see sort of glimmers and reminders of what things can be. People are, starting to get excited again. And we know that there's promising stuff like around the corner, right? The 15, 16, 17 months that we have been through as a world together has changed the way that we do life, has changed our outlook on who we are and redefined us. It's redefined a generation in many ways, and redefined, I think, the meaning and purpose of travel for a lot of people. People are excited about travel again. They truly, truly are. Like, I wasn't sure how people would respond to my question of the day tonight. Like, I'll put it back up here for a second. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, what is one place you want to travel to that you have never visited? I wasn't quite sure how people would respond, but man, it just took off, like answer after answer after answer. And usually I'll have to get in there and sort of play with the Facebook algorithms and reply back. But like person after person after person was just dropping their answer in there. I'm going to kind of try to pull some of those up for you real quick. If you give me just a second here, kind of let you know where we're at. So a lot of really cool things that people mention. So again, what is one place you want to travel to that you've never visited? Have around 30 responses. Greece. My friend Dave Adams over at the Unrelated at Birth podcast. He couldn't say one. He said Scotland, England, Rome, Hawaii, Disneyland, Paris, Tokyo Disney, Shanghai Disney, Hong Kong Disney. So anywhere west of Ohio, Ireland came up a lot. Hawaii, Iceland, Tokyo, Peru, one of my favorite places in the world, Wales, the Mediterranean, Japan, Australia, more Disneyland, California in general, London, Greece again, Italy, France, Spain, and many more, Africa safaris, Australia, Santorini, Greece, and then also Bahamas. And then others picked Ireland, Australia, Tahiti. So many, many, many places. Adventures by Disney. So that's so cool. Adventures by Disney does some amazing trips as well. Spain, Paris, and the Quebec City up in Canada. So many different things that people have said. And these were not all travel agents. So like, I'm friends with a lot of the Travelmation travel agents. I'm friends with a lot of travel agents from other travel agencies, and they'll comment on my posts sometimes. But like, a lot of the people that commented on these, they're fans of travel, but they're not travel agents. So they're not like obligated to say anything. These are people that are genuinely excited to go. And many of them are not even my current clients either. So, these are people that are just like, hey, I'm going, I've got a trip plan. I'm excited about it. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. You're going. I can't wait to hear about it. And I'm so sincere about that. Like, I really genuinely want to hear. I can't wait to see the pictures and hear all about the stories and different things and new experiences that you have had from your trips and others that have gone. So, many are choosing to take road trips as well. That wasn't on there, but a lot of folks are taking road trips across the country around weekend getaways to the mountains and down to the beach, trips to Florida, cruises, and much more. When I think about it, though, I don't think about the fun. Sure, yeah, I do. Like, it's going to be fun, right? Per se. And sometimes things don't always go according to plan when you travel, and that's okay. But I really think about the memories. I think about the importance of making memories and what that will mean later. I've heard a lot from different people, travel agents and others that I know, about travel memories that they have as kids of going to Disney for the first time, of that beach trip, of that mountain trip, of that trip to Washington, D.C., of that trip to Canada or Hawaii when they were kids, or going overseas for the first time. And some of those relatives are still here and they continue to share those memories. And some of them are not. But, they look back on those travel experiences as very fond experiences that they have together. They pull out those home videos, those pictures, and, go through them together. And it's fun. It's also an investment. But here's, what I'll tell you tonight, that, what you reap from your travel experiences is what keeps you coming back. That's what keeps people coming back from Disney. It's not the toys. It's not the amazing food. It's the experience itself. It's the people, it's the memories, it's the dreams coming alive. Just like in the story of Peter Pan, we hear about some amazing things. Magical world where kids don't age and it's possible for people to fly. Now is the time for us to fly. Now's the time for us to head straight on till morning and to explore the possibilities of travel that are out there. It's time for us to step back into that childlike mindset of wonder and excitement and just go explore. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated, right? It can be hopping in the car and just not planning anything, going on an adventure, just driving, an hour and a half down the road, an hour and a half back. I mean, whatever the case is, go on an adventure, do something new, do something different, do something familiar, do something meaningful. So, where are your travel dreams taking you? Where are you going? What important memories do you want to create? Some of my dreams are, I'll list some of them for you, and then we'll wrap up tonight. But it's a dream of mine to give back to my wife the days that we lost at Disney during our honeymoon, though we didn't really lose them because we were there, we were together. But the days that we lost at Disney when she was sick on our honeymoon 15 years ago. And it's been a while since I've told our honeymoon story. Maybe I'll do that again soon. Taking my family on a cruise. My wife and I have been on a cruise together with Royal Caribbean when I was in graduate school. And it was a very meaningful experience. It was something that I needed, that she called me on. She planned it. I didn't plan it. She did. And it was an amazing time. Like, it was so good. It was a short cruise, but it was so good, and enjoyed it. I would love to take my whole family, our whole family of 6, on a cruise. I would love to take my family on an all-inclusive experience where we can just go, park it, got our room, got our food, got everything taken care of, entertainment, kids things, and just go and hang out and enjoy each other and be around each other. I would love to go on a family road trip to the New East or New England area, or even out west to maybe fly into a place like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and then go explore the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone. Maybe pop up to Montana and go into Glacier National Park for a bit. Explore the northwest of the U.S., maybe over to Washington State and around Seattle and along the beautiful West Coast there. Maybe pop down to California a little bit and see some of Yosemite, maybe down to, Arizona, and experience some of Grand Canyon National Park and see all that area has to offer. So lots of amazing things to see and do and experience. And, our country is incredible. The United States has a lot of amazing things to offer, and our world does as well. And I have lots of really amazing childhood memories of going to lots of those places that I just mentioned with my own family growing up, and, with my grandparents that were part of many of those trips. And I hope to be able to do some of those things with my own family. Wonder and new possibilities. That's what it's all about. Wonder, new possibilities, and new memories. So where's it taking you? What do you want to do? Where do you want to travel? What kind of memories do you want to create? Think about that. Let me know. This has been an awesome conversation, and I've really enjoyed kind of sharing some of this with you. And I hope that this can be a source of motivation for you to maybe start dreaming about that next travel experience, whatever it may be, whoever you want to plan it with. If you have a different travel agent you work with, awesome. Call them up. Talk to them. If you don't, I would love to talk to you. If you love planning your own things and you would just love a second opinion, let's just chat. Like, I love talking about this stuff, right? I do Travel Tips Tuesday to help people dream, think, experience, to let you know what's going on out there, kind of inform, and also help you along the way. So we'll love to chat with you more. Thank you all so much for joining me for Travel Tips Tuesday tonight. I do hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and we will see you again real soon next week. Bye-bye.